How are my internet family, and welcome back for another Food Diary Friday. This is going to be a bit different from usual. Yes, I still have the denture in my mouth, hence the weird speaking. And yeah, I cut off more of my hair. Blame Emma Stone. She's just such a cute little pixie woman. I'm launching right into this, guys. We really need to talk, and I'm gonna need your feedback down below because I'm in two minds about continuing this series, which so many of you benefit from and adore. And yeah, right. How am I going to talk about this? I need to get cozy. Right, so why do I make these videos in the first place, you might ask? We live in a world where it's feast or famine. People starve themselves or they binge and gorge, and there's no balance, there's no healthy medium, there's very little normal healthy diets represented in any kind of media these days, because people are always either trying to attain a perfect figure or they're off the wagon and they're, you know, dived in at the deep end, and perhaps they are uneducated, or perhaps yo-yo dieting has caused them and their brains to be like, eat all the food now. In the past, I was afraid to eat pretty much anything, to the point that I lived off fruit and vegetables at different points. I was so scared of impure food, and going on from that, I then was binging and restricting for a long time, about 2 years, and it took a long time for my mindset and my body to level out after that, and I have gone into that in other videos, so that's not what this video is for. I started making food videos on YouTube in 2013 when I first started on this website. Like, go way back in my channel and you'll see I've been documenting food and sharing recipes, sharing things I like since I started. I really enjoy watching food related videos. They were a huge thing actually in helping me to recover in the first place, and yeah, people really seem to respond well to when I'm really small. Why am I down there? You guys seem to respond well to when I started doing them. I want to talk about triggering, okay? And this is something that I really don't understand very well, so just bear with me, hear me out, and then please get into a conversation down in the comments. I'm going to be replying to so many people on this video because I need to learn, and you guys need to learn where I'm coming from too, okay? On my last Food Diary Friday, I received a couple of really worrying comments about my decision to avoid, for the most part, refined sugar in my diet going forward after losing a tooth. What I meant from that is that I don't want to continue to eat candy and sweets and stuff every single day for my dessert. I literally said I want to replace those calories with more fruit and homemade baking and yada yada. Usually these videos are a much more long-winded version of this. Yesterday for my breakfast, I had cocoa and blueberry porridge with some honey, and I also had this kind of vitamin drink just because I enjoy the taste of it. I snacked on strawberries mid-morning, and then for lunch I had a high fiber bagel topped with mashed avocado and tomatoes. I went out to eat for dinner and I ordered fizzy water with lemon because I'm just trying to avoid ordering Coke and stuff like that, and then I got a big huge chicken burger full of loads of crap, and I got some chips and I got some salad. Then yesterday evening, you may have seen on my Snapchat and Instagram stories that I made these sugar-free digestive biscuits from scratch, and I had 4 of these for my dessert. I also went on a nice slow evening walk yesterday, but other than that I did no other exercise. And can anyone watching this video tell me that that is me being irresponsible or promoting a restrictive diet or intentionally triggering people? Okay, so the comments that I received were from people who either have eating disorders or are recovered, and they said that they were disappointed in me and that I was triggering them and all sorts of stuff. And like, guys, I got so upset about that. Like, you guys have to know by now that's the absolute opposite of what my goal here is. I'm not even here to like try and cure people or anything like that. I basically just vlog. I'm a vlogger. I share food ideas. Like, you turn anywhere in the world right now or look at any media and you'll see advertisements of food and diet this and bikini body that. Like, that's not what I'm about. That's not what this channel is about. And I want this to feel like a safe place you can come if you've been struggling with food, and that you can watch my videos and see someone who's gotten through that tunnel and is now eating really good food, you know, consistently, and you know, with no restriction. I've just got to remember that it's not in my control what message you take from this. Like, if I'm not intending a certain message to be taken and you take that message anyway, even though nearly everyone else who watched the video didn't take that message. What am I supposed to do about that? Like, I don't want to stop making videos about food. Ever since I was a little kid, I have adored cookery shows, baking shows. I love food. Like, it's a huge pleasure for me, especially having associated it as a negative thing for so long, or something that I should reward myself with, or something stupid like that. Now I just genuinely like really enjoy eating food, and I like sharing that. The same as anything else that I choose to talk about on this channel, such as like sex or dating. Like, I talk about stuff that I like and food is a big part of my life. I don't feel like I can be held responsible for someone else being triggered when my entire message is one of abundance and of health and of balance. My main point with this video, and something that is really, really important for everyone watching to understand, is that there's a massive difference between healthy and eating disorder. Like, I am now in a place where I'm not suffering from an eating disorder anymore. And for people to get at me when I try to do things that I know are good for me, to eat things that I know are going to make me feel good and like keep my body ticking over, nothing to do with my weight, just my organs, my teeth, for example. I think it's a good thing to want to be healthy, and not at the expense of mental health. So like, obviously indulging sometimes. Like, I don't need to eat junk food all the time anymore because I don't feel deprived of it. I let myself eat it if I want it. That's why I think that me getting into a habit of, say, reaching for all the leftover Christmas candy every night was not very good for me, especially the fact that I've had dental problems. So I don't think you guys, some of you didn't probably understand where I was coming from. Maybe, like, did I just explain myself badly? If that was the case, do tell me that down below, definitely, because I need to make sure that I'm very clear here. It's not like everything has to be black and white, guys. It's not like you're either eating really clean and healthy or you're eating loads and loads of junk food. There is a happy medium there, and like, I get huge amount of joy and stuff out of eating like a bloody piece of toast. I don't need to binge eat like 2 full tubes of Pringles anymore, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's, and we're all different as well. We're all on our own journey. We all have our own body and needs and activity levels. There's this big grey area, and that's kind of where I'm at, where like, I want to have lots of the good stuff and show you guys how I prepare the good stuff and how much of it that I eat, and then also have some of the other stuff. And I don't like or intend to call it bad. I have had to, like, sorry Bill, my cat's just there. I did have to go through a lot of that in therapy to rewire my brain to stop labeling foods as good foods and bad foods. And sometimes my tongue might slip, but what I mean by that is usually processed and unprocessed, because I know that for the most part the human body just runs better on whole foods, and that's not me being obsessive about purity anymore. Like, that's like, I just showed you I ate a burger yesterday, a bloody burger. I'm trying to communicate through these videos that I got to a place where I do what's best for me and my lifestyle, and that, like, in doing that, I feel like it'll show you guys that it's possible for you too, because that's what food vloggers did for me in the beginning. I learn and grow as a person from hearing other people's thoughts and experiences. I think, like, on every level of life, that's just how we work. And while I'm never asking you guys to compare your diets to mine, or like saying that my diet is perfect, I've said this before, I know these things. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just here to show you guys an alternative window and a different view to the one that you might see plastered all over mainstream media. And there's a lot of like really clean eating vloggers that people end up kind of feeling like those people's lifestyles are completely unattainable, and then they bash themselves for not being able to eat that way or whatever. And like, all I'm trying to do is just show a middle ground. And if I'm failing, I need to know that so that I can cut off this whole series. With the triggering thing, okay? So for example, in the past, I used to find myself triggered by certain things that the likes of Freely the Banana Girl would say. I'm not afraid of saying names. Just various raw foodists. However, I would never blame them for any problem I ever had, because through therapy I learned that all of that came down to control, and like it was all issues that I had, and I was just kind of seeking ways to kind of distract myself from those issues and stuff. And I had low self-esteem, and I didn't like my body at the time, and I didn't know about the whole body positivity movement or anything. So in saying like that my last video triggered you, I'm really sorry if it did. I really am. But I don't think you can blame me for that. It's like up to all of us to avoid things that trigger us and could potentially trigger bad thought patterns and stuff. And if that's the case, just don't watch these videos. Because I don't feel like I don't even know how to say this. Therapy and self-reflection and self-education is what everyone needs who is struggling with eating disorders and things like that. I don't have one anymore, guys, and if you do, you need those things, and you need to know that no video on the internet is going to fix everything for you. Videos can inspire and motivate you if you're in the right place for them, which I feel like a lot of the people who watch my videos aren't eating disorder strugglers. I don't know what the word for that is, but you know what I mean. Like, most of the people who watch my videos are like just wanting to kind of, you know, have a voice in the background talking about something they're interested in, or they're looking for food ideas, or they're looking to kickstart their journey. I appreciate the people who reached out to me about this and sparked this discussion, you know, like I take what you guys say so seriously, like obviously not trolls, but my actual genuine followers. Like, you guys mean so much to me, and I would never want to hurt any of you or cause any of you any sort of like make any of you question yourself or anything like that. And now this has me worried that, like, say if I did get really fit or something like that, like, and my body suddenly looked all muscular, like, I'm not saying that's gonna ever happen, but I'm just saying, for example, if that happened, like, will people turn around and be like, oh, you've changed, you know? I feel like people who preach health and balance and stuff now are getting lumped into the same category as people who genuinely promote restriction and like thinspiration, and it's not me. Yeah, I guess I want to ask you is, how do you feel about vloggers like me? Are you here to seek comfort, or are you like me? Are you someone who finally finds joy in food after a difficult time with it? Are you here to seek support in the comments, or does this fuel your disordered thought patterns? Something you really need to think about. Is watching videos of other people's diets affecting you in a negative way? Because if it is, then the onus is on you not to watch them. There will always be media and people sharing and creating things, and we can't censor everything and everyone. Like, I feel like everything can trigger things for other people. And yeah, like, you know, now I can watch freely the Banana Girls videos and either have a bit of a laugh, or I can, you know, just take in her way of thinking and just see how she's getting on and stuff like that. But I used to watch that and I'd be like, alarm bells, and I'd be like, no, I'm failing, I'm a piece of shit. So I didn't watch her for years. And yeah, I don't know, I just had to talk and I had to vent. This was a bit of a discussion on my Twitter the other day, so do follow me on my social media. I kind of tend to like spew and word vomit my thoughts on there quite a lot. These videos have been therapeutic for me, and they kind of actually help me to stay on track with ensuring that I'm eating enough food and eating like a wide variety of types of food, and I love watching back on them, and it sparks up memories because a lot of them are quite like vlogs of my life. So yeah, I don't want to have to stop these, but I'm a bit nervous to read the comments on this video, but please don't hold back. Be very honest with me. I can take it. So yeah, that's me for today, and I love you guys. Thanks for the huge amount of support recently. My videos have been doing quite well, and like, channel's growing, the fam is growing, and I am gonna leave now because I've run out of things to say. Right, love you guys.